to Dan Bellino. Yeah, there are pretty specific rules about certain playoff shares. Let's say you have a guy who spends the entire year on the 60-day disabled list. I believe he gets a full share.
Yeah.
And then there are other areas where the players vote on essentially how many shares will be doled out. It can get fairly contentious at times. Another pop-up. Davis makes the catch this time as he reaches over the barrier for the out. Stayed with it.
And Davis does the right thing. Get to the barrier as quickly as you can and make adjustments from there. Just able to reach into the seating bowl and make the catch right there, saving a couple of fans who just tried to cover up.
Here's the 0-1 to the pitcher Russin. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Banter struggled in the opening inning, but working quickly and trying to settle in here in the second. Product of Central Michigan University, Josh Banter. Left field, racing over is Kubel, can't get there. It'll drop foul.
You know, in that bizarre play last inning when Justin Upton ends up scoring from second base on that little topper down the third base line, it happened so quickly we just assumed the error was on Chris Russin, but on second look right here, Russin's throw gets to Recker in the air at home plate. He just doesn't make the catch. Really, that probably should have been an E2 instead of an E1.
Yep. And he strikes out to end the Cubs' second. 2-1 Diamondbacks.
This is Rudy. His morning starts with arthritis pain and 2 pills. Afternoon's overhaul starts with more pain, more pills. Triple checking hydraulics, the evening brings more pain, so back to more pills. Almost done when, hang on, Stan's doctor recommended Aleve. It can keep pain away all day with fewer pills than Tylenol. This is Rudy, who switched to Aleve and 2 pills for a day free of pain.
And try Aleve for relief from tough headaches.
If it wasn't for a little thing called the computer, we might still be making mixtapes. Find this, pause this, play this, eject this, write this. It's like the days before Esurance Express Lane. You had to find a bunch of documents just to get a car insurance quote. Now, Express Lane finds your driving info with just one click. Saving time. To be nostalgic about the days before Express Lane. Thank you, insurance for the modern world. Esurance, now backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Some places like to talk about billions served. At Wendy's, we never gave much thought to the billions. We're always focused more on the one who's next in line, because everyone deserves our best. Like Dad said, quality is our recipe, and that's why we still make our hamburgers with fresh 100% North American beef. And make yours right when you order it, because we believe it tastes better that way. It's not about how many we serve, it's how well we serve each one. That's Wendy's way.
Style is long-lasting when hair is nourished. That's why new Dove Style Plus Care Frizz-Free Cream Serum nourishes and conditions, keeping hair smooth, shiny, and free from flyaways. New Dove Style Plus Care Frizz-Free Cream Serum. Better style through better care.
Your favorite comedies, sports, and movies, all on WGN America.
One of our all-time favorites, Joe Garagiola, former big league catcher, winner of the Ford Frick Award 1991 for his outstanding broadcasting ability. That's from the early 1950s as a Chicago Cub. 53-54 he played on the north side. Notice the horseshoe C That's how long ago it was, and he's now a part-time broadcaster with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Bob, he let you borrow the catcher's mitt he wore as a 20-year-old in the 1946 World Series for the St. Louis Cardinals.
How about that? I mean, this is the old, they call it a no hinge, you can see, or a donut mitt. It's solid all the way around, not like the catcher's mitts nowadays that have a hinge down near the heel of the palm so you can close the glove. And back in Joe's days, all the catchers used two hands because the ball would pop out of that very small pocket, so you had to cover it up with your bare hand, which is why old catchers always have busted up knuckles and fingers going every which way.
That glove, there's Joe. Well, every time you talk to him, you get another great story about whatever he's experienced as a player, as a broadcaster. Just a wonderful man, and has fought hard to teach youngsters about the perils of chewing tobacco. That glove you're wearing is heavily padded, but as Joe said, it's padded in the wrong areas.
It's all padded around the outside edges, and there was very little padding in the pocket of the glove itself. And this one actually ripped before he used it in the World Series. Had to send it out to a shoe repair shop. And the cobbler put a little pad and a little piece of leather in the middle to cover up the tear so he could continue to use this glove in the World Series. Look at the web. There's nothing in there. It's just a piece of leather holding the top half of the glove together, but not big enough for a baseball to get through. But man, how the equipment has changed.
Cardinals won that 46 World Series as Nieves grounds out, and Joe went 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs in Game 4, again as a 20-year-old rookie. And now we fast forward to 2012.
You see that little hinge down near the heel of the glove, making the catcher's mitt react a little bit more like a first baseman's glove. Still very heavily padded, still the heaviest glove of any defender on the field, but a lot more maneuverable now because of the change in design for catcher's mitts.
Ball 1 on the pitcher, Colementor. Lined to Jackson. We're going to dedicate this inning to the catcher.
Why not?
This inning brought to you by the catcher.
That's right. Time to take a look at our Xfinity catcher profile. Protecting home for the Twins, the D-backs, the Cubs, the A's, and the Brewers. Damian Miller, one of the most underrated catchers during his era. He caught good pitching staffs everywhere he went and made them better. Was a member of that 01 World Championship team here. Did a great job of handling our pitching staff. Did the same thing in Chicago with Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor and Carlos Zambrano. Xfinity Home offers state-of-the-art features that help you stay connected to your home and family anytime and anywhere.
And we continue the theme. The catcher got the error. This might be the first time I can ever remember an error charged to the pitcher, changed to the third baseman, then given back to the pitcher, and now changed and given to the catcher. That's an E2 back in the first inning. So there you have it. A couple of other notes on Joe Garagiola. Grew up in St. Louis. His boyhood friend was Yogi Berra. Mentioned the 4-hit game Garagiola had in the 1946 World Series. The next rookie catcher to have 4 hits in the playoffs would be Buster Posey.
Yeah. Just one more thing on Joe. He's got one of his favorite lines talking about 2 old catchers getting together, and they shook hands and had to get a crowbar to pry their broken fingers apart. I've heard that so many times.
Well, what was the line he used today? He said somebody asked him, did you break a lot of fingers catching the ball? He said, no, I broke them when I didn't catch the ball.
I didn't catch the ball.
Hooked into left for Pollock, who's 2 for 2. bunted by Elmore. Russin gets him. That'll end the inning. Great quote from Joe Garagiola. Baseball is drama with an endless run and an ever-changing cast. 2-1.
Here's your hot and ready pizza.
No calling? No waiting? There's no rules!
Let's just serve back on.
There's one rule!
Pick up a large hot and ready pepperoni pizza for $5. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Team, meet Harold, the new store manager.
I have been dreaming of this my whole life.
Life could be a dream. I could take you up in paradise above.
Harold!
They're all really here, aren't they?
Yes, Harold, they are.
Only one star brings all these stars together. That's the magic of Macy's.
You know that guy that owns that aquarium store. He's not going to sell you some labradoodle. He's going to sell you tropical fish. He's got saltwater tanks, freshwater tanks, brackish tanks, tanks you can't even fathom. That fish? Oh, you're not ready for that fish. Precision aquatic manipulation. He boils his water perfectly for his Velveeta shells and cheese. Advantage? This guy. Liquid gold. Eat like that guy you know.
Disaronno cocktail number 38. Ice. Disaronno. Fresh orange juice. Disaronno orange. Disaronno. Be original. How I Met Your Mother. Tonight at 7:30 East, 4:30 West.
Today's game brought to you by Budweiser. This year, Budweiser will donate $5,000 for every Cubs walk-off win to Folds of Honor. Find them at facebook.com/Budweiser to see how you can help support our nation's soldiers and veterans. And a World Series hero is welcomed back here to Arizona. You got a nice hand as they put your big mug on the scoreboard.
I think they were just applauding when they took the picture down. That's what it was. A lot of great memories. A lot of good fans here. They had to go through some real lean years. Not for long. But it was all worthwhile back in '01.
There's the 0-1 to DeJesus. Deep to center. Pollock will catch it.
David has hit 2 balls right on the button today. That's another one that probably gets out to the warning track, maybe off the barrier in center field under different conditions, but with the lid closed and the panels closed, really going to have to step on it to hit it out of here today. That ball struck well to straightaway center, but as we've talked about throughout this series, from left center to right center, there's some bailout territory out there, especially with the lid closed.
Ball 1 on Darwin Barney. Got the night off last night after his major league record tying errorless streak ended Friday. Line shot into the stands. Everybody's all right next to the Cubs dugout. Got to 141 games, tied the single season mark set by Placido Polanco. And then in the 8th inning, this would have been the final inning of the night because the Diamondbacks didn't bat in the 9th. He committed his first error since April. But during the streak, he had more total chances per 9 innings, 5.30, than any other second baseman in baseball. He had 293 putouts, the most. Gordon Beckham was second, 259. So he had many chances to make an error, but didn't.
Hey, Cub fans, if you want to manage a game along with Dale Swaim, log on to WGNTV.com right now and click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you're watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. Pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more.
Oh, and 1 on Rizzo. He plated the first run with an RBI double in the first. And that's out into center. Diving attempt by Pollock. Can't get it. Gets by him, and Rizzo has 2 doubles.
The first one, a little slicing line drive down the left field line. This one is struck well toward the gap in left center. Pretty nice effort out there by A.J. Pollock, but he really had no chance to catch that ball. It was slicing away from him the entire time, but makes the diving attempt anyway because he knew that Jason Kubel was coming over from his left field position to back up the play.
Soriano with 2 outs. He flied to center in the first. Colementer making his 35th career start. He's got a 4.09 ERA. 24 relief appearances. A 1.31. He was a 15th round pick in the 2007 draft. That one pulled way foul. I think the thing about Colementer, Bob, he just kept getting people out in the minor leagues. Doesn't throw hard, has a bizarre delivery that you rarely see. And he's an example sometimes of you get people out, you get a chance to continue to do that at this level. Not based on stuff or velocity. But here he is.
Now, familiarity has worked against him in the past. Second and third plate appearance, the numbers go up drastically against Josh Colementer, which probably explains those relief numbers, just coming in and getting 3 outs in an inning.
Throw to second. Rizzo's out. Not quite sure what happened there. Even a double clutch by Nieves, and they still had time to get him. I don't know if he thought that was going to be the 3rd strike or not.
If you've been thinking about financial options for your retirement future and how to provide some real security for you and your family, you really ought to consider a reverse mortgage with AAG. It's a safe, effective financial tool that's already being used by hundreds of thousands of other Americans. It allows you to eliminate monthly mortgage payments, have the money to pay some bills, or simply enjoy your retirement more. A government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG allows seniors to stay in their home and turn their equity into tax-free cash. To qualify, there are no credit score requirements. And the best part? You continue to retain complete ownership of your home.
Call 1-800-557-5784 now to receive your free info pack, including DVD, brochure, and an extra booklet featuring real reverse mortgage borrowers. That's 1-800-557-5784.
Find out more. Call AAG today.
Call 1-800-557-5784 now to receive your free DVD and brochure with absolutely no obligation.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
The Capital One Cash Rewards card gives you a 50% annual bonus, and everyone likes 50% more rubles.
50% more simoleons.
50% more sawbucks.
50% more clams. It's a lobster, either way.
The Capital One Cash Rewards card. With a 50% annual cash bonus, it's the card for people who like more cash.
50% more dough. What's in your wallet?
I fell in with a hardcore diet. The no-carb queens. Healthy Choice Top Chef entrees like this chicken margarita saved me.
Don't diet. Live healthy with Top Chef entrees from Healthy Choice.
One last time for baseball from Wrigley Field, Wednesday.
Unfortunately, we had a timely discussion about some players occasionally forgetting how many outs there are in a game. I think Anthony thought there were 2 strikes on Soriano. It was a 2-1 pitch, but Based on his reaction, Bob,
yeah,
I think he thought it was 2-2 or 1-2.
I think you're absolutely right. He thought that was strike 3 to end the inning. He was going to walk across and hand his helmet to Pat Listash, and unfortunately it wasn't strike 3.
It can't happen. 1-0 on Aaron Hill. Hit hard but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a big time Silver Slugger contender in the National League. Hill won the Silver Slugger in 2009 with the Blue Jays, so he could win 1 in each league. I think he's got a real good chance. He was a comeback player of the year in the AL that season, returned from a concussion the year before. Hit 36 home runs, had 195 hits. Left side pop up, caught by Valbuena.
Hey fans, don't miss the exciting opportunity to go behind the scenes of the legendary home of the Chicago Cubs with Wrigley Field Tours. Take a trolley to get to Wrigley Field for your tour, as Chicago Trolley Company is now providing transportation to Wrigley Field through their Northside Neighborhood Tour.
Upton with a heads-up base running play to score the go-ahead run in the first inning. Weird season series. The Cubs swept the Diamondbacks at Wrigley in July, outscored them 15-3 in the series. This is the 6th time they've met in this ballpark, and the Cubs have been outscored 39-13 to this point as Upton pops to Rizzo. 2 outs. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
WGN America is, wait for it, the home of the superfan. Join the How I Met Your Mother conversation now at Facebook.com/MeetAtMcLaren's.
Kubel walked to load the bases in that first frame. That's with 2 outs, nobody on this time, and takes a fastball on the outside corner. Now 2-1. The Brewers have been eliminated from the wild card race. They got shut out today by the Cubs' next opponent, the Astros, 7-0 in Milwaukee. The Cardinals now have their sights set on eliminating the Dodgers, who came in to today 2 games out, called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. A 1-2-3 for Russin. 2-1 Arizona.
Curls are long-lasting when they're nourished. That's why new Dove Stopless Care Whipped Cream Mousse nourishes and conditions to help keep curls well-defined and touchably soft. New Dove Stopless Care Whipped Cream Mousse. Better style through better care.
Maybe it's the fresh-cut onions in our new onion rings. Or maybe it's just hard to say goodbye. Fresh cut and dipped in our signature batter for a taste you're gonna love. It's a deal that'll make you say,
That's what I like.
know when you get heartburn, it's too late to take Prilosec? Because Prilosec is not intended for immediate relief. But it's never too late for Zantac. Prilosec takes at least 24 hours to reach its full effect. But Zantac works differently. It relieves heartburn in as little as 30 minutes. Its fast-release acid blockers are clinically proven to relieve heartburn when it occurs. In fact, no pill relieves heartburn faster. So when heartburn strikes, try Zantac. This has been Medifax for Zantac.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Let's take a look at today's Illinois lottery. Anything's possible player. You go back 5 years ago on this date, Alfonso Soriano with his 14th home run in the month of September to break Ernie Banks' club record. The Anything's Possible player brought to you by the Illinois Lottery, who each day make anything possible.
So he gets another chance. As Rizzo was picked off during his last at bat, which wasn't an at bat. Now, you mentioned it earlier, Bob. Wade Miley was not in the original rotation. Colementor was to start this season. Miley was the long man. Eventually Miley would swap spots with Colementor and became an all-star in his rookie year. Now Colementor back in the rotation for 2 late starts this season for Tyler Skaggs. And working with a 2-1 lead here in the 4th. That's high and it's full. 3-2. We'll do it again. Last time out, Colementor returning to the rotation beat Tim Lincecum in San Francisco on Tuesday. Looked like a changeup. It was a hanger. But all Soriano could do was tap it foul. You're going to see some Diamondbacks bullpen today. You didn't last night, as Trevor Cahill went all 9 innings to finish the year at 200 innings as he got his 13th win. So he finished the season at 13-12. Quick look at our forward upcoming Cubs schedule. How about the rest of the season? And we'll have the finale on Wednesday afternoon, 1 o'clock for the leadoff man here on WGN. Ford, manufacturers of more fuel efficient vehicles than any other brand. Check them out at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Long battling at bat that time. Just comes down to a changeup on the outside corner at the knees, right on the corner.
Well, you saw how he worked to Soriano. It was almost completely vertically in the strike zone, up and down as opposed to in and out. That's Colementor's MO. Stuff matters, but were you more of an east-west guy? You didn't mind facing those guys as opposed to the Jim Deshays of the world who went vertically, or did it not matter?
I had a lot of trouble with all of them, but yeah, more east and west. Guys that would go off the corners either side gave me more trouble, as that one drops in front of Upton for a base hit for Castro. His second of the ball game.
Now, Jim DeShays was a lefty, still is. Doesn't pitch anymore. Who was the best right-hander you faced who worked the top of the strike zone a lot?
Oh, man. Going back a long ways with the Cincinnati Reds, they had a right-hander named Mario Soto who liked to throw high fastballs and complement it with a really good straight changeup. He gave a lot of people problems.
Today's game, Chris Young.
Chris Young would fit that same description. Young, very much like a right-handed Jim DeShays, works across the top of the zone, takes advantage of his height out there on the mound.
The 0-1 to Valbuena. Missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the strike zone, certainly has evolved over the years and is very subjective depending on the home plate umpire. We've seen that repeatedly over the last number of years, but there was a time in the game of baseball where the strike zone was more horizontal. It was almost like you would take a rectangle where the strike zone is supposed to be and tip it on its side. Umpires would go 6 or 8 inches off the corner, inside and away. And gradually, Major League Baseball and the umpires realized that hitters can't even reach those pitches. How can they be called strikes? So they've gradually tried to get back to the book strike zone, making pitchers throw it over the plate, at least catch a piece of the corner of the plate.
Bounced right to the shortstop, Elmore, and it's a 6-3 double play, and the Cubs done in the 4th just like that. They trail 2-1.
On Rules of Engagement, there are soulmates.
You keep a file of every mistake I have made?
I'm sure I've missed a few. I'm not perfect.
And lots of mates.
You just make jokes about relationships because you wish you could have one.
Right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go do whatever I feel like doing all the time.
Rules of Engagement, weeknights at midnight on WGN America.
Who says pain is the price you've got to pay for wearing shoes you love? Not when there's a Dr. Scholl's for her high heel insole. Let's face it, it all starts with your feet. Treat them right, and you'll get everything going. Dr. Scholl's for her insoles. Feel the energy from your feet up.
Let's say you need to take care of legal matters. Wouldn't it be nice if there was an easier, less expensive option than using a traditional lawyer? Well, LegalZoom came up with a better way. We took the best of the old and combined it with modern technology. Together, you get quality services on your terms with total customer support. LegalZoom documents have been accepted in all 50 states, and they're backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So go to LegalZoom.com today and see for yourself. It's law that just makes sense.
In my kitchen, the heart of a great dish is a great tasting stock. Knorr Homestyle stock. It's concentrated with just the right ingredients, simmered to perfection. Delicious. Knorr Homestyle stock. Tastes like stock made from scratch.
The 2012 Chicago Cubs baseball season on WGN TV is brought to you by Bud Light Lime-A-Rita, the ready-to-drink margarita with a refreshing twist of Bud Light Lime.
Diamondbacks lead the Cubs 2-1. The Cubs need to win today and sweep the Astros to avoid the third 100-loss season ever. And also trying to end a 7-game losing streak and avoid a winless trip. Inside on Cody Ransom. Well, the Tigers a 2-1 winner at Minnesota as Prince Fielder hit a game-winning 2-run homer in the 8th. Past the pitcher's mound, but right to Darwin Barney, and he gets his man for the out. Ransom gone. The White Sox lost to the Rays. So Detroit has clinched a tie for the American League Central. 3 up with 3 to go. And the White Sox, Bob, really limping to the finish line. So let's see, going back to September 19th. Actually, after a win on September 18th at Kansas City, the White Sox were 3 games ahead. Less than 2 weeks later, they're 3 weeks behind. 3 games behind, rather. They've lost 10 of 12. They'll finish up at Cleveland. And not only do they need to sweep that series, they need the Tigers to get swept at Kansas City. It's possible, but the Tigers swept the Royals at home last week. Called strike 3 to get Jacobs. 2 down.
Chris Russin has settled in a little bit after that rocky first inning. Did give up a 2-out single in the second, but has retired the last 6 in a row.
In that Tiger Twin game today, Miguel Cabrera went 0 for 3 with an intentional walk, so his average went down to 325. Joe Mauer went 3 for 4 with an intentional walk to raise his batting average to 323. A pretty good race here over the last 3 days. The Orioles a winner 6-3 over the Red Sox. Lined and caught by Castro. Back-to-back 1-2-3s for Chris Russin as we head to the 5th. Arizona 2 and the Cubs 1.
Here it is, a groove slightly transformed. Just a bit of a break from the norm.
Welcome to summer with Bud Light Lime. It's everything you love about Bud Light, with a twist of 100% natural lime flavor for ultimate refreshment. Bud Light Lime. Summer is calling.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of Congress, in celebration of over 75 years of our government employees insurance company, or GEICO, as most of you know it, I propose savings for everyone. I'm talking hundreds here, and furthermore...
Breaking news, the Gecko is demanding free pudding.
And political parties that are actual parties, with cake and presents. Ah, that was good. Just too bad nobody could hear me.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We gotta get Grandpa out of there. He's down there for a week.
It's the Hopper from Dish. He recorded 2,000 hours of his favorite shows. He hasn't stopped watching TV for days.
Time for supper! Meatloaf! And some beers!
Dish introduces the Hopper, the largest HD DVR available. Now you can record and store up to 2,000 hours. And it's free when you sign up for Dish.
How I Met Your Mother. Tonight at 7:30 East, 4:30 West.
It's like a human Macarena, something everyone did at parties in 1996.
Meow. 30 Rock. Tonight at 11 East, 8 West on WGN America.
The 5th inning is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank. Member FDIC. Len and Bob and our WGN sports crew the Cubs' final road game of the season. Still 3 more coming up at Wrigley Field Monday and Tuesday night and Wednesday afternoon. Love to see you come on out to the ballpark. ESPN on Mike Trout. According to their stats department, he's the first player with 45 steals, 30 homers, and 125 runs. Ever.
Not a bad first full season. Not even a full season. He wasn't even on the roster when the season started.
Amazing.
Well, I never had the pleasure of watching Mickey Mantle play live or even on TV very often during his prime, but you talk to a lot of old baseball people that have seen Mike Trout this year and Mickey Mantle in his prime, and it's hard not to draw comparisons.
Jackson hustling, but he's out by a step. It goes 3-1.
Big and strong and fast. I mean, he looks like a middle linebacker, but runs like the wind. A lot of pitchers in the American League wish he was a middle linebacker somewhere.
How about the Pirates? A 4-3 loss today to the Reds. And they have now clinched their 20th straight losing season. That's a major North American professional sports record. The Pirates were 16 over back in early August. They've now lost 18 of their last 23. They're 77-82.
I believe the date was July 28th. As of July 28th, only 2 teams in baseball had a better record than the Pittsburgh Pirates, but since then only the Astros have a worse record.
Regular season home finale for Chipper Jones today as the Braves beat the Mets 6-2. And also a major league record was set today as Atlanta won for the 23rd consecutive time in a game started by Chris Medlin. He improved to 10-1. He gave up an unearned run on 3 hits in 6 innings. Assuming for the moment the Braves are the top wild card team in the National League, pulled to left, and it'll get down for Anthony Recker. He's going to have to hold with a single. Medlin would be on track to make that wild card round start. Stats Sunday. Let's take a look at the active WAR leaders. Chipper on that list along with a bunch of other Hall of Fame caliber players. We have to change the lyrics. We're showing you these numbers and we're telling you it's worth more than nothing. The throw's going to go to second. They get one. Good hard slide by Recker to make sure the shortstop Elmore didn't make a throw to first. So 2 outs.
Diamondbacks really charging hard from their corner infield spots. That's one time Russin perhaps would have been better served to pull the bat back and just try to punch it past the defenders as they so aggressively charged home plate that time. Good hard slide, clean slide by Recker, but as you said, wanted to make sure Elmore had no opportunity to relay that ball onto first.
DeJesus takes a strike.
I got to tell you, partner, I had some business to take care of here at the ballpark. I got here around 7:15 this morning, and David DeJesus was already sitting in his locker. Either he really doesn't like to be in the hotel, or he just can't wait to get to the ballpark.
Wow. 3 days left in the season, and he's just going to do it the way he does it till the very end.
This program has worked pretty good for him, not only this season, but throughout the course of his career. So why change?
Off the end of the bat, out into right center. Upton coming over, and he makes the catch. Does not have to leave his feet. And the inning comes to an end. Midway in the fifth, 2-1 Diamondbacks.
When you pay too much for cable, you feel dejected. When you feel dejected, you need some comfort. When you need some comfort, you make a surprise visit home. When you make a surprise visit home, you discover something new about your parents. When you discover something new about your parents, you speed off with tears in your eyes. And when you speed off with tears in your eyes, you drive into a pizzeria that makes great baked ziti. Don't drive into a pizzeria that makes great baked ziti. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call